Java, an island that came across my Instagram feed a few years ago but never made it to my bucket list. But a visa mistake and instant change of plans brought me to Jakarta, and this is where my 7 days of adventure in Java began, all unplanned. After all that time, I was pretty sure that I made a huge mistake of not coming here before. And today, I'm going to convince you to not repeat the same mistake and explore this island with over 45 active volcanoes. So today, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know to plan your own ultimate Java itinerary with my honest ratings, travel mistakes, and the things I wish I knew before I came here. Okay, let's start with Jakarta. I very well underestimated this city. Yes, it is a lot of buildings and chaos, but it has a rich history and a scary present. Once a Dutch colony, Jakarta was almost made like Amsterdam, but today, the capital city of Indonesia is sinking and at the fastest rate in the world. That's the sea level. Oh my god. And then we are standing below the sea level, and then there are gates, and that's the water inside. I spent 2 days here where I went on a walking tour to learn about the old Batavia, saw the oldest Dutch building, literally untouched ever since it was built, ate a lot of street food, then I explored a very interesting cake market and walked around the insane shopping malls. It's like shopping malls have more shopping malls inside them. It's so crazy. Jakarta was truly a surprise, but if I have to rate it, I would easily give it an 8 out of 10. Yes, I know it's surprising, but even though it's chaotic and overwhelming, it is still very authentic. Jakarta hasn't changed for tourism, and that's what I liked about this place. From Jakarta in West Java, I took a train and headed to the special region of Yogyakarta, the cultural and historical heart of Java. This city is known for its rich Javanese heritage, stunning temples, and vibrant street life. If you're wondering why this place is called Special Region, then that's because it is the only region in Indonesia still ruled by a sultan. I kick things off by exploring Malioboro Street. And I found out that this is the busiest and the most famous street in Yogyakarta. It's packed with street food, batik shops, and way too many horse-drawn carriages. I tried some street food here and absolutely loved the vibe. All the locals and tourists come together here in the evening, and every day feels like a celebration. Next up was Borobudur. I booked a sunrise tour from Get Your Guide, which made me wake up at 3 a.m. But I got here at the top of Situmbu Hill and saw one of the most beautiful sunrises in a really long time. This makes me so happy. Also, you can see the sunrise from Borobudur itself, but I think this is way better than being crammed inside the temple grounds with tons of people. From here, we went to see the temple itself. I recommend doing this in the morning because it gets really hot later in the day. So there are 2 tickets here, climb up and the temple grounds. Usually the climb up tickets are sold out, and if it's sold out, I don't recommend going there because I went with the temple grounds ticket. And if you also don't have the tickets, you will be stuck outside like me, questioning your life choices. Honestly, if you can't get the climb up ticket, skip the temple altogether. After Borobudur, I think there is one more place that you should absolutely not miss. This is the Prambanan temple. It is a massive Hindu temple complex and one of the most impressive sites in Java. It's like Indonesia's own version of Angkor Wat. If you're into ancient history and epic ruins, you're gonna love this one. I went here during sunset, and I don't recommend any other time because the sunset from this temple was beautiful. Now, if you thought that I got enough of sunrises, you're wrong. I booked another tour from Get Your Guide, and this time I wanted to see the sunrise from Mount Merapi. The most active volcano in Indonesia, and when I was there, it was erupting. So if you go on a sunrise tour when the volcano is erupting, you can actually see the lava coming out every now and then. I did see that. This was a jeep tour, and if I say it was bumpy, I would be understating it. There are a lot more things to do and see in Jogja, but I think 3 days are enough here. Jogja is the place for history, adventure, and cheap food. If you skip it, we can't be friends. And it gets a solid 9 out of 10 from me. Did I mention that the train system in Java is fantastic and super easy to use? I took another one from Jogja and traveled to East Java. Here I based myself in Malang, and I went for another sunrise. I'm ready, and I think my ride is as well. Now, do you see me bundled up? That's because no one warns you that Bromo is cold. Like, I should have brought a parka coat. But freezing in that cold was all worth it because that is one of the most stunning sunrises I have ever seen. this is one of the most unreal landscapes I have ever seen. Just a reminder that Earth is ridiculously cool. I also noticed that Mount Bromo is extremely crowded. There are
Oh, 1 second. 2000 Jeep are here right now.
and at one point I thought, is it even worth it, because it's extremely overrun by tourism? But then I saw the sunrise and I understood why so many people are dying to come here and see this at the same time. After the sunrise, I hiked to Bromo's crater, which I must tell you is not too long, but it's very difficult and painful. So this is the starting point of the trail, and if you see up there are people walking up. And it goes straight up, and then you have stairs. Walking on this sand is so much more difficult than normal ones. You take one step ahead, you slip down 2 centimeters. We are at the crater. However, when you get to the top, it feels like you are on Mars, and the sound of volcano rumbling is insane. But prepare for a lot of dust and sulfur smell. That's why a face mask is a must. I did not have any of that. But after this tour, I realized that Mount Bromo is so stunning that it deserves all the hype, and no, it's not overrated. That's why it gets a 10 on 10 from me. Would I do it again? Absolutely. But next time, maybe with gloves and a parka, and I will also try to find a quieter day. Malang was actually my surprise favorite. After all that hiking, I needed a slow day. And to start my day, I'm getting some very local breakfast from this place called Toko Kopi Kongcha. I'm sorry if I got the name wrong. Okay, so this is butter coffee and there's literally butter floating on top. There are two options, butter coffee ori and butter coffee light. Ori is stronger, I got the stronger one. So I ordered the mee goreng as well, which is bakmi goreng. And what is it called? Roti kaya butter. That's the staple dish here. That's the dish that has a lot of reviews. So I'm excited. So much food. I love this. Oh my god! This is how it looks. It's amazing. This is probably one of the best mee gorengs I have tried. One place you absolutely need to visit if you are coming to Malang is Kampung Warna-Warni, a rainbow-colored village that looks straight out of a Pixar movie. This village was a slum that was on the verge of getting demolished, but some students decided to pick up buckets of paint and change the future of this village. Today, Jodipan is a popular tourist attraction, and these residents are happy to share the love of their neighborhood with curious tourists like me. Malang is also known for its coffee culture, so I spent the rest of the day cafe hopping and enjoying the chill vibes. Also, if you have extra time, check out Tumpak Sewu waterfall. It is very epic. It's just a few hours from Malang, so definitely a must visit. Sadly, I missed it, but don't make my mistake. Malang gets an 8 out of 10 because it's pretty chill, underrated, and perfect if you need a break before heading to Bali. All the tours I have mentioned here are linked in the description box. But I know travel planning can be super exhausting, looking for recommendations, what's good, what's not good, and that is exactly why I have made a full-on travel cheat sheet. This is a very comprehensive document telling you where you can stay, what you can eat, and what you can do across Indonesia. I have linked the document in the description box. Click on it, bookmark it, and save it for your trip. It's free to download, but I only expect you to use the links that I have put down in the document because those are my affiliate links. You don't pay anything extra, but I just get a little bit of commission out of it. That helps me keep this channel running. Also, if you're liking what you're seeing, please hit the subscribe button. Now, if you're traveling to Java, here are 10 practical tips that will help you make your life easier. The first thing is get a Telkomsel SIM card from the airport because I made the mistake of not getting it from there. So I had to head to the main Telkomsel office in Jakarta to get a tourist SIM. You can't really get it anywhere else, so it's just better and easy to get it from the airport. Now, the two main apps that you have to download here are Gojek and Grab. These are the two ride-sharing apps that you can use. Gojek is cheaper than Grab. I was mostly using that. Also, make sure to have Google Translate because in a lot of places, English is not that common. Now, as I said before, book your Borobudur climb-up tickets well in advance because they get sold out and it's not worth visiting the temple in my opinion if you cannot go up. And also, you can visit Borobudur for sunrise and Prambanan temple for sunset, so you could do both of them in the same someday. Remember to bring layers. If you visit mountains for sunrises, you will definitely need them. I did not have them, so I had to buy a hoodie because it was really cold. Trains are fantastic in Java, and I only use them for traveling across different regions. You can book these train tickets on Traveloka, super easy. Also, remember to bring a face mask because the dust from volcanoes can be quite something. If you're expecting no to less crowd, then here's a reality check. Java is way more famous than you think, and some places can be extremely crowded like Mount Bromo and Mount Aegean. When I was visiting, Aegean crater was closed due to high volcanic activity, so if you're determined to do something related to volcanoes, just check the current status before going, because I met a lot of people who had no idea it was closed and they had come there just for Aegean. And just like any other tropical island, Java also has a wet and dry season, and if you plan on hiking, it's best to avoid the wet season, which lasts from November to February. Now, packing list. This is the important part, and this is my quick packing list, which should be taken seriously because I did not take it seriously and I was regretting not being prepared enough. We are almost to the end of the video, and if you're thinking if Java is even worth visiting, I would say 100% yes, because Java has everything from ancient temples to dramatic volcanoes and some of the best street food in Southeast Asia. Unlike Bali, it still feels raw and authentic, even with the crowds. If you're looking for an adventure beyond beaches and tourist crowds, Java should be on your list. And if you love exploring offbeat places, then I would also recommend visiting Sumatra, which is another largely overlooked island in Indonesia. I spent about 8 days here, and I have a complete travel guide on Sumatra, which should help you get an idea on what to expect. It's linked right here, and that's the video you should be watching next.